With me today is a guy who is one of the pinnacle nerds and geeks out there, Mr. Brian Posehn. Unfortunately, At Midnight's been gone for a while, but it was one of my favorite shows, and you had the distinct pleasure, I guess, or honor of being the last winner of the show.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did. I had the last joke of the show. Don't make me remember that joke because there's no way I'm going to pull it out of my...
No, I don't even remember that. It's been such a long time on that. But I do love the fact that you quoted Rodney Dangerfield in your final tweet as a winner when you were able to take over the At Midnight Twitter.
Yeah, it just felt like that's the way every show should end.
We're all going to get laid.
Yeah, with a song from Caddyshack playing and people just dancing. It's a good time.
Now, I mentioned the fact that you are I think you're one of those just pinnacle geeks. Like, you've been able to take a lot of the stuff that you really, really love and put it out there as content and entertaining for people. You've put out a metal album. You have a D&D podcast. With both of those, which one came first? Was it the music or was it really the role playing?
Metal first. Like my story with D&D is almost sad. Like I had no friends to play it with, so I knew what it was. And then in junior high, there was a D&D club at my school, and I went into the D&D club already, and there was a kid that I did not get along with in church group. And so it was two little church nerds. I walk in and he goes, Posehn, and I'm like, oh man, not him. And then I walked out and never went back. Well, I actually did go back. I went to D&D, but like when I was working at a record store and I played it like the satanic way, where a dude's like, hey, you want to come to my house and get high with my parents and play D&D? And I'm like, absolutely.
That is great. I love that so much. And right now, I mean, you've got the podcast out there, which just recently dropped a new episode, Nerd Poker out there. What's it like to be able to play with your friends now? Is it a lot of comedian friends, or is it just friends that are playing it?
Well, my show has always been, it's the same crew from the beginning. We've added a couple of people, but the core of it is a couple of my best friends. And one of them is this guy, Blaine Capatch, who's a stand-up comic, but he isn't really known for it. He's more known. He's just worked forever. He's behind the scenes guy. He's written everything that you've ever seen on Comedy Central and MTV. He's had credits on everything. He's just one of those guys. He's been down here forever, and he's a joke machine. And he's like one of my best pals. So we played forever, and we played before we had a show. Like we would play on my friend's coffee table 15, 20 years ago. So, and then it's another guy that's a buddy of mine I met in L.A. He's an actor. He was in Karate Kid when he was a kid, and he's just a funny nerd. And he's part of the crew. And then my DM is a guy named Dan Telfer, who's a comic.
He's amazing,
and then a couple other people. Yeah, we got Chris Tallman, who's a great improv actor. We added him to the show last year, and it couldn't have been better. Like, he brings so much more to it because I don't always commit to the characters I'm playing when I'm role playing. Like, sometimes I'll read them like Brian, but he'll like commit to every little thing he does, and he's doing, and it's like, we're not on TV, dude. Like, you don't have to make that face. You don't have to commit so hard, but it's fun to play with people that really do commit to D&D.
Absolutely. I mean, especially right now, if it's anything that you can do that's kind of an escape from whatever is going on. And I mean, at this point in time, you're doing stuff either, via internet where you got to kind of just deal with that, and dealing with like the tabletop, like the simulators, the virtual tabletops. Is that how you're doing it, or is it just kind of along the lines?
Yeah, we still haven't gone back to live yet. Like, I'd be okay with having them come to my house, but you're playing with nerds, so you have some people who genuinely don't want to leave their house.
Yeah.
two of my really, I won't throw them under the bus, but two of the people on my show, they were like, no, we're totally fine doing Zoom forever. Like, we don't ever have to leave the house again, and we'd be fine with it. So,
see, and that's, I mean, I've been trying to do it. I've been trying to DM my own game, but I love it more when it's in person, because you get the energy of the room and how the people are feeling about it. And I just always think that everyone else is just like, when I'm trying to tell a story or something, they're just playing on their phones or something.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, a danger of that, but so far, I think we're all just excited to be playing still. So the Zoom games have been just as fun as the when people would be in around my dining room table and they could smell my dog's farts.
Well, there's always
My
something.
dog, and,
Maybe that.
in quotes.
Yeah, exactly. Brian, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you so much for being a nerd, putting yourself out there, and I hope that you're still okay with Star Wars now, man.
Oh, I'm way more okay now that I've been in it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much, Brian.
All right, thanks, Dean.